family and friends. I wanted to come on here as I promised to basically just provide a video of my viral tonic tea. So as you can see, I have everything laid out here. I have my immune support, which is my black elderberry. I actually purchased this from Dr. Sabi from his website. I want to say maybe about 4 to 6 months ago. So I'm going to use 1/4 cup of the elderberry tea. I remember when I told you guys this, and I posted on Facebook about when my son came home with H1N1. And so these are the ingredients that I mixed together and I used to make a tea. I also used at that time Mucinex, and I just kind of added it in with my tea just to give it a little bit of extra kick. The only thing that I do not have on the table is your tea of choice. You can add your own specialty. Some people like peach tea or some type of fruity tea just to give it a better flavor, because like I said before, it is horrible. It is nasty, but it does work. I would suggest that you not use any type of tea, additional tea bags, based on the type of virus maybe you or your loved one could be dealing with. But I would just play that by ear. If it's too unbearable for them to drink, then you may want to either add some extra honey or you want to add a tea bag or two. Okay, so now I have my onion, and I'm going to use 1/2 cup of onion. Okay, and all I did was chop it up, because what I'm going to do is after my tea is created, I'm going to take all of my ingredients and I'm going to strain them out and make sure that the juice goes into this jar. And I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, but I don't want you to worry about not being able to use the leftovers, because you will still be able to use the leftovers. Okay, so I've added my elderberry, I've added my onion, and now I'm going to add some honey, which is just 1 tablespoon of honey. You can add more honey if you like I said, for the flavor, because it does taste bad. But I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon because I don't actually need this right now. I'm just kind of making this for you guys. But what I will do is I'm going to be able to freeze this for when somebody in my family gets sick. I can take it out the freezer, defrost it, and have them drink it. Now I have my lemon here. I'm going to add all of this lemon because the acid is good to help fight off disease and illness. I now have this is my garlic. This is my garlic, and I used about 5 or 6 cloves. Okay, so they're just chopped garlic. I'm going to add that in. And I have my ginger. Okay, I would get fresh items. I wouldn't get anything in a jar or anything in a can. I would get fresh items. The fresher, the better. And so basically what I did was, if you can see it, I just chopped up about 6 pieces of ginger, and I'm just going to add that in. Okay. Now I have about 2 cups of water, and so I'm going to add this water in. If you're making more, you can add more water if you like, because sometimes the water can evaporate, and so you want to make sure that you have enough water in there to make the tea and not have it like too sticky and too gooey. You want to make sure that it comes out more like a soup or a syrup. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit my ingredients in my pot and simmer it on my stove for 1 hour. Okay, I have done it for a less amount of time in the past, and it still came out pretty good. It was still useful, but I find that when I cook it for an hour, it produces results a lot faster. Also, please do not put this in a microwave, because we know that the microwave heats things from the inside out, and so what it does is it rips apart your nutrients. My great-grandmother always told me that microwaves weren't good. And we use them because we want things fast, but I try not to use them as much as possible because I know that it's stripping away my nutrients. So I'm going to put this on the stove for an hour, and then I'm going to come back and and show you what it looks like and show you what I do afterwards. See you in an hour. Hey guys, so welcome back. I went ahead and cooked my ingredients for an hour. I noticed that I had to add a little bit more water because I had the fire up a little high. So just make sure that you turn the fire down low. After about 30 minutes, I saw that my water was evaporating, so I added just a little bit more water just to make sure that I had just enough. And so just to kind of recap before I show you what it looks like, I want to make sure that we understand the ingredients and the measurements. So basically I used a 1/4 cup of the black elderberries. I used a whole lemon. I used about 6 pieces of ginger. I used about 5 cloves. These are garlic cloves. I used a half cup of onion, 1 tablespoon of honey, and then of course I had to add another cup and a half of water. So to show you what it looks like after cooking for an hour, this is kind of what you're gonna get. It's really strong. It'll smell up your whole house. It's really potent too, so just kind of make sure that you are ready for the smell. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to strain out my tea. I hope this doesn't get too messy, but this is what I have to do right now. Oops. And so as you can see, this made about 4 ounces. So if you want to make more than this, I would go ahead and double the ingredients so that you can get at least 8 ounces out of it. Because honestly, guys, when you're using anything that is all natural and homeopathic and such, it really takes time. It's not like the pharmaceutical companies where they can give you a pill and it's gone. You take 2 a day for 10 days and it's gone. With homeopathic, sometimes you can drink it for 3 days and it's gone. Sometimes you have to drink it a week and it's gone. But either way, what I would do is once you make it and you have it stored in a nice jar like this, I would have whoever is sick, if it's yourself or your child or whoever, I would have them to start drinking this right away. So this would actually be just 1 serving. When I made this a couple of weeks ago for my son, I basically had him drink this about 2 or 3 times a day for 3 days. So as you can see, I had to make so much more than this, okay? So I did it for 3 times a day. Like I said, 3 times a day for about 3 or 4 days. And it knocked out any type of virus or upper respiratory infection that he may have had. I did go back and add the Mucinex, only because I am going to freeze it and I wanted to make sure that it would be as potent as possible. So yeah, this is it. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these leftovers, which is basically what we boiled, and I'm going to add them to I'm going to place them in a bowl and put them in the freezer so that I can reuse them again. Usually I can get about, let me see, I would only add water and do this 1 more time, because after that you would have basically just boiled out all of the nutrients that you need. So I would just boil this maybe one or two at the max. I think I tried to boil it 3 times total, and it wasn't as potent. It was kind of watery. So, like I said, it's up to you. It depends on how much you make, will determine how much use you get out of the leftovers. Um, but yeah, and I'm gonna store this in the freezer. I'm actually gonna put them both in the freezer. And I have my viral tonic tea. I hope this helps you guys. I'll try to do some other videos. I'm working on researching how I can cure bacterial infections. With viruses, you know that there's really, really no cure for viruses. You just kind of have to wait it out. COVID-19 could be something different, I'm sure, because apparently it seems to be a much harsher strand. But I just believe that if this can cure H1N1, it may reduce or eliminate stronger viruses like COVID-19. So I'm not saying that this is a cure of any type, because I'm sure results may vary based on the person. But what I am saying is that I have found results within my family after drinking this. And again, you really need to flood your immune system with as many nutrients as possible to boost it, to enable it to fight off disease and illness. I also followed this with orange juice, as well as chicken noodle soup or some type of brothy like soup, and ginger ale. We eliminated basically no sweets, no junk, no fried foods, no meats. Everything that we consumed when we drank this was healthy. We eliminated a lot of the bad stuff that could really, I guess, instill toxins or just kind of deposit toxins in your body. So, like I said, with that, it's a whole lifestyle change. For the most part, for the time that you're going to be drinking this. So don't think that you can drink this and continue your regular diet, because you can't. You have to assist your immune system in absorbing this effectively so that you can get rid of whatever you may be dealing with. So again, I hope this helps. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video if you enjoyed it, and just comment below if there's any other videos or any other remedies that you want to see. If I am aware of them, I'll definitely share a video. If not, I am more than happy to do the research to help you find ways that you can just remedy some of your issues at home. So take care, stay well, and God bless.